That's good about your Parkinson's score. Good. Yes. Yes. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. People often ask me because I'm a Tai Chi instructor. They think they're going to trick me and they go, "What's the best exercise for Parkinson's disease?" And obviously, I think Tai Chi is remarkable. It's been shown by studies to be remarkable for people with Parkinson's. But I tell them it's the exercise that you like most because that's the one you're going to most do. It's like you can, I can teach you Tai Chi, but if you don't like it, you won't do it. And you can move your chairs around if you need to. But if you don't like Tai Chi, then it's of 0% use to you because it's got to be something that you like. Because if you don't like it, you're not going to do it. Okay. So go ahead. You can like say hi to them on your way out. So don't rush or anything. So and why would that be any different? All right. So do you guys know each other? This is Pat. Pat was working with me. I've been working before COVID hit. Pat was coming. So yeah. So Pat and Cheryl and it's Darlene, right? All right. Yeah. There you go. Pat. Pat. Yeah. You got it. You got it. So we have a small class today. I do have to leave right at 12:15 because I'm going out of town today. Um, yeah. Well, kind of. It's been hard on my wife. She's done most of the packing because I get home and go like, "Phew, I'm tired." But mm, I don't. I don't. I don't. I don't feel like I'm a winner when I make my wife do all the work, though. So yes, yeah. So I want to make sure I leave myself plenty of time. So it's a 3.5 hour drive. So it'll take a little while. So I'm going to take it nice and easy, though. You're familiar with the 11 Point River? Yeah, most people aren't. It's way down in southern Missouri. If you take Highway 19 through Eminence by the current and Jacks Fork River, and you keep going, I'm like 20 miles from the Arkansas border. So a place called, I'm sorry? Well, it's the 11 Point River is number one. It was one of the, so there was 7 rivers back in, I think it was 67 is the date that rings in my mind. It may have been later than that, may have been 72. Um, but they started the National Historic or National Scenic Riverway Act, and they put 7 rivers on it, and one of them was the 11 Point River. So there's no man-made after it was a National Scenic Riverway. They're not able to do anything. It's a national riverway, and so it's a beautiful, beautiful river. And we're next to or close to within a mile of the second largest spring in Missouri, Greer Spring, which is absolutely gorgeous. Like if you walk down there, there's a meandering path that it's like a mile down and a mile back or something like that. But you walk through fern groves and all kinds of stuff, and it's absolutely beautiful. So going down there, a place called Greer Crossing, and my cell phone doesn't work there, which is nice. As soon as you go down into the river valley, your cell phone quits working, and it's spotty before then. Um, but I'm meeting down there, so we got like 26 people going this time. Pardon me? Yeah, yeah, we're definitely and like one of the guys is a guy I ran cross country with in high school, and the other guy is somebody I've known since middle school. We were in church youth group together. And like my kids are coming this time. My wife isn't able to make it. She's staying home with her folks this weekend, which really makes me sad. But I'm really happy. My daughters are both going and bringing friends with them. So it's kind of neat to be able to pass on the tradition. My dad liked that area of the country and talked about it, and it's really beautiful. 11 Point River, yeah. Alton, Missouri is the nearest town. We're in the town of Oregon County, or the county of Oregon County, and their county seat is Alton, Missouri. Eminence is up the road about, you have to go about 45 minutes to get to Eminence, due north. It's on Highway 19. But Highway 19, one of the prettiest routes in Missouri, although that's not the way I go. I go down 67 and cut over on 60. But yeah, it's south of Eminence, because south of Eminence is a town called Winona. That's at 60 and 19. And then down, next town is Alton, but the 11 Point River is in between there. So it's a beautiful river. Excellent. Where at? Oh, yeah. Yeah. We got a place at Big Springs for that. Yeah. There's a place down there called the Irish Wilderness. It's a wilderness area. It has a great history. I think it's on Google Map or Google. You can Google it and look up Irish Wilderness. So it's a spot in Missouri. Irish immigrants settled there and they disappeared off the face of the map. They don't know what happened to them. They just totally, the colony disappeared. So it was like, I think it was right around the time of the Civil Wars when they disappeared. They settled before the Civil War, and Missouri being a state of southern northern, it may have been, or I mean, Missouri was, because of all the caves and everything, we had lead here, which they used for ammunition. That's why they fought around Fort Donelson so much, and the old mines area. And one reason why Missouri was a lot highly contested was because of the stores of ammunition. So, and that's interesting. So, in U.S. history, what's the third state? So there's, or what are the top three states for Civil War battles? Virginia's number one, right? Because they had all kinds of battles in Virginia and Manassas. Number two, no, Tennessee, because it was a border state. But number three is Missouri. Yeah. But that's one reason why is there's battles between the North and the South in Missouri all the time. And we had the ammunition store here, and Jefferson Barracks was really big. Lee and Grant both served at the same time, kind of knew each other, at Jefferson Barracks. Isn't that a while? If you go over to the Jefferson Barracks Park, you can see Confederate War unknown soldier buried here. All if you go in the back corner, there's all kinds of gravestones. You have Confederate and Union soldiers and a lot of unknowns, a lot of knowns too, all buried there at Jefferson Barracks. So we have a rich history here. It's amazing. It really is amazing. So anyway, let's do some Tai Chi, shall we? Anything you would like to do special today? I'm going to ask you guys. You get asked last. Sorry, you're in the mail. Okay. Balance? All right. Okay. Sounds good. Right hand, we make it into a fist representing power. Left hand, fingers together, friendship. Tucking the thumb, humility. And welcome. There's a big spring there called, well, I told you about Greer Spring, second largest spring in Missouri. they have a Greer mill that the spring is down in a valley, of course, like all springs are, and the mill is up on top of a hill. And so back in the day, they used to get power to the mill. They had these huge belts that ran up the hill. So they're like on telephone poles, or our version of telephone, their version of telephone poles. And they had these belts and pulleys that came from the spring and a water wheel and went all the way up the hill to the mill. And people came from around there and they got all their milling done at Greer Mill, which is now restored. And they even have the old mill wheel. So it's beautiful. It's amazing history. All right, let's do some deep breathing to get us started, right? Wuji position. Inhale and exhale. Probably want to push that purse back just a little bit, Darlene, or up in the chair. Beautiful. Your purse is fine, right? Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Push the hands in front of us next. Inhale to the heart and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Deep belly breath in. Long, slow breath out. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Arms over the head. Inhale to the heart. Exhale, hands over the head. Inhale and exhale. Deep belly breath in. Long, slow breath out. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Arms to the side. Make sure you don't hit anybody. Inhale to the heart and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Deep belly breath in. Long, slow breath out. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Arms in the diagonals. Inhale to the heart. Left up, right down. Exhale. Inhale and 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 exhale. Inhale back to the heart. Exhale, relax the hands down. Flap the arms like bird wings. Big, deep belly breath in. Long, slow breath out. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And finish with gathering chi. Big, deep belly breath in. Long, slow breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. and exhale. And there you have it. That's our breathing exercises. And you're all breathing. So it worked. All right, let me get a drink of water. So, normally at this time, freezing, we're going to do warm-up exercise in just a minute. It is a little chilly in here. Feels nice though. Pardon me? Yeah, it is. Although if this room were filled with 8 people, it'd be a lot warmer. So, pardon me? I could see my breath. So, so you asked for a neck exercise. Let's do before we do our warm-ups, which include a neck exercise. Let's do the figure 8 side to side or the lazy 8. So I pretend like I have a pencil in my mouth, and my head is either looking forward or looking down. You don't want to look up. You can actually damage your neck that way. So don't look up, but you're looking side to side, or almost like Stevie Wonder as he's singing. It really actually works out that way. So imagine you stand in the Wuji position. Hold on to your chair if you need to. Imagine you have a pencil in your mouth and you're drawing the number 8 laying on its side. You do that figure 8 on its side, looking straight ahead or down. We were talking about that last class. They were like, why do I hear that in my neck all the time? So when you get to the center, stop and then reverse and go back in the other direction. So you're doing the figure 8 back in the other direction. And it doesn't feel quite as smooth, does it? That's all right. That's all right. And when you get to the center, stop. There you go. That's a really good neck exercise. You can also, I'll tell you about this one, but you got to make sure, we're not going to do it. But just as you make the number 8 laying on its side, next I do a number 8 vertical. But there's so many people that when they get vertical, they do this with their neck. And when you want to like lift your head up, so as you come up to the apex, you keep looking straight ahead. And most people aren't able to do that. But as you come down, so you make that lower loop of the 8, and then you make the upper loop of the 8, but you don't lift that. I'm lifting the head, but I'm not looking up as I do this. So you can do that figure 8 to this way, and then you go back the other way. But again, you kind of lift that head up. Don't do this. Okay? So that's a lot of reason why I don't teach that one. But you can try that one at home. Just look straight ahead. Don't look up. They actually have known as hairdresser's neck that some ladies have actually passed out because when they're laying back in the sink, the hairdresser sink, to get their hair colored or washed or whatever, when they lay back in the sink, that sink pushes in on their neck and causes them to lose consciousness. So you can do that also when you look up. You can restrict blood to your brain. Yeah, don't do that. Oh, okay. I heard that. I didn't know what it was. Is that what it is? Okay. Oh, a truck. Gotcha. Thank you. Sorry, I can't tell direction. I can't hear on my right side, so I know there's a sound, but I don't know where it's coming from. All right. Warm up exercises. Chin tuck. Inhale the hands up. Exhale, tuck in the chin. Inhale, hands come out, chin gently floats up. Exhale, sink the chin to the chest. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Looking side to side, inhale to prayer hands. Right hand is on top. Exhale, left hand, left shoulder, turning the neck, feeling the stretch. Inhale, left hand is on top, and exhale. Turn the neck, feel the stretch. Inhale, right hand's on top, exhale. Inhale, left hand's on top, and exhale. Inhale, back to center one more time. Right hand's on top. Exhale. Inhale. Left hand's on top. And exhale. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, relax the hands down. Beautiful. By the way, we are not here next week. The office is closed, so there are no classes. I forgot to tell the other class that. I did the week before, yeah. But we're going to have you come up and stand outside the doorway for that hour. Yeah. I think they send everyone an email reminder. So, but yeah, they're closed, so no class. All right. All right. Forward shoulder circles. Make sure you're in that Wuji position. All right. Shoulders back, then up, then forward and down. Shoulders back, up, forward, and down. One more time. Shoulders back, up, forward, and down. Now reverse. Shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. Good job. Gathering chi, reaching for infinity. So we're gently reaching out, reaching up, expanding our shoulder, expanding our back. Exhale, relax the hands down. Do that 2 more times. Gently reach out, reach up. Beautiful expansion. We relax the body, expand the body, relax the hands down. And one more time. Gently reaching out, reaching up. Exhale, relax the hands down. Gotta get a drink of water real fast. All right, touching heaven and earth, expanding the body vertically. The other thing you can do, and if your legs bother you a little bit, you can also shift your weight, all your weight to one leg, and then all your weight to the other leg. So don't always have to do this. You can sometimes shift weight from one side to the other as you do that. Okay? Sure. So touching heaven and earth. Left hand up, right hand down. Exhale, stretch the spine. Inhale and exhale. 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 Make sure you're in the Wuji position. Inhale to prayer hands. Exhale, relax the hands down. Beautiful. Knees are bent. All right. Carrying the ball side to side. So I'm turning my belly button left and right without turning the hips. All right. Prayer hand position. Left hand is on top. Exhale to the left. Inhale the ball over. Right hand's on top. Exhale to the right. Inhale the ball over. Exhale to the left. Inhale the ball over. Exhale to the right. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale the ball over, come back to center. Exhale, relax the hands down. Beautiful. Good so far? All right. So we've been doing all upper body exercises so far. They are really good for your balance. And you remember Austin? Okay, I don't think you guys ever met Austin. Austin was amazing. I haven't talked to Austin. I haven't seen him since COVID time. But Austin's pretty amazing. He worked with Dr. Lam. He went up one weekend and worked with Dr. Lam. Austin noticed when he would do the heel kick, so that exercise where you tuck in the chin, you don't think of that as for your balance, but it actually works really well for your balance because if you have a head forward posture like this, you have trouble balancing. But if I'm straight like this, I have a lot easier issue balancing, and that's why I've worked with everybody on posture. Um, so a lot of the exercises that we do are upper body exercises. They are balance exercises. You know, tucking in the chin. Um, when you do this with your shoulders, some people aren't able to do that. They don't have the flexibility. So they'll do this instead to try and get their arm higher. Like they can only bring their arm this high. So they do this to try and get their arm higher, but you're damaging your posture that way. And so again, so a lot of those exercises are balance exercises. So don't discount those exercises at all. However, we get really focused now on balance as we do side to side. You doing okay? All right. So we're going to do side to side hip exercise. Prayer hand position, push to the right, weight to the right, tap the left foot, or float the left foot. And come back to center. Push left, weight left, bend in the left knee, tap the right foot, or float the right foot. And come back to center. Push to the right, bend in the right knee, tap or float left foot. Come back to center. Push to the left, weight to the left, bend in the left knee, tap or float right foot. And come back to center. Beautiful. One more time. Push to the right, tap or float left foot. Come back to center. Push to the left, tap or float right foot. And come back to center. And relax the hands. Good balance exercise, right? Yeah. Feeling it on your legs already, right? So, no, you're not the only one. I bet you there's two other people there feeling it on their legs too. Okay, next exercise is a forward and backward hip exercise. Keep your body straight and let's try and lift that knee as we transition from forward to backward. And of course, as we step back with our foot, make sure that there's plenty of space between your feet. Okay? All right. So, weight shift to the right, empty left heel, hands behind us. Lift the knee, empty left toe, hands in front of us. Lift the knee, empty on the heel. Lift the knee, empty left toe. And one more time, empty on the heel. And lift the knee, empty on the toe. And come back to center. Awesome. We're going to do it to the other side now. Weight shift left. Empty right heel, hands behind us. Lift the knee, empty right toe, hands in front of us. Toe behind us. Heel in front, hands behind us. And then toe behind us, hands in front. Keeping all the weight on the left. Empty heel and empty toe. And return to center. Excellent. So you were looking for a balance exercise. That's a good balance exercise. And what I would recommend is all three of you practice this exercise, not only today, but when you're at home, kitchen, or if you have a chair that's out in the middle of the room, you can use that. But practice that empty heel and empty toe. If you have to stop in the middle, that's fine. But you want to lift the knee, touch the toe, lift the knee, and touch the heel. And then go to the other side. Lift the knee, touch the toe, lift the knee, touch the heel, right? And as you weight shift, you're not doing this, but you're doing this. Okay? Yeah, and that's what you want to do. So you want to practice that exercise, and what you find is you gradually get better. I mean, your legs didn't lose their strength overnight. They're not going to gain their strength overnight back, right? You just got to keep working it. It's like anything; it takes hard work to do it, right? And trust me, I mean, I started in January after I had my operation. I had to hold on to a wall, and then and by March I stopped my first class, one class a week, and I had to hold on to a chair when I did my balance exercises. Now I don't need a chair, and I'm doing about 3 classes, 4 classes a day sometimes. So, but it's been slow. Actually, that's pretty fast, really. But you're gonna it's gonna take a little while to do it, but you keep working at it. You don't stop working at it, because when you stop working at it, that's bad. Yeah, yeah. But that's a really easy one to do. Kitchens work really well because you can hold on to the counter and touch heel and touch the toe, or a hallway because you have a wall on each side. Don't use a towel bar. Oh, that happened to you, didn't it? Yeah, you pull those towel bars right out of the wall. Yep. That's why grab bars, but that's why grab bars are so important, and why you get grab bars installed in your house so you don't use towel bars. Yeah. Did you fall after you did that? If you know. Yeah. 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 And that's what we want to do. That's what we want to do. The next class I go teach, although I'm not doing it today, I'm letting somebody else teach it while I go out of town. Um, but there's a guy, and he's a young guy. He's probably in his late 40s, and he was running across a wet parking lot, and he slipped, and he started to like fall backwards. He said, the only thing I remember is running across this parking lot and I slipped and started to go backwards. And the next thing, he was down on one knee, but he didn't fall backwards. He goes, I don't know how I did it. And I said, it's, probably your Tai Chi training. Your body was like, oh, this isn't good. So it righted itself and sunk to the ground. So it really, it does. It may not be pretty, but it doesn't have to be pretty as long as you don't fall. Ah, yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. I had a lady, so she went to a class I think it was a family reunion in Nebraska, and she had a plate of food and a drink, and she was walking across the field to go sit down, and she stepped in a hole that was that deep, and she didn't spill her drink or her food and didn't break her leg, which is absolutely amazing because most people, when they fall in a hole like that, they'll pitch forward and they immediately end up breaking their leg. But she didn't do either one of those things and stayed on her feet. That is really amazing. Yeah, it really is. And then one more, I had a lady who was, um, actually came to me because she would randomly fall. She didn't have Parkinson's, so she wasn't diagnosed at that point, but she would randomly fall. So she came to me for balance exercises, and she took about 3 months. And she came in one day, and she was so excited. She was helping a friend move, and she had 2 boxes, and she was walking across the floor, and she tripped over the area rug, but she didn't drop her boxes and she didn't fall. She's like, I was down on the ground holding the boxes like this. She goes, but as soon as I hit that area rug, she goes, immediately I started like getting lower and lower in her center of gravity, and did not fall. And she was so excited. So it really does work. It really does work. So, all right. So we're going to do heel kick next. Okay. Hold on to your chair go through the full range of motion. All right. The most important part of this exercise, like I have you lift your leg and then kick out, lift the leg and set it down. That lifting of the leg, that's the most important part of this exercise. Okay. Leg that's on the ground, don't leave the knee locked out, bend that knee. Okay. Our body wants to lock the knee out. I think it's easier. That's why we do that. Okay. So either punch out the opposite hand, hold on to the chair is more important. All right. Weight shift to the right, bend in the right knee. Lift up the left leg. Heel kick left, punch out right fist if you're able to. Lift up the left leg and float the foot to the ground. Hold on to the chair. Go through the full range of motion. All right. So I'm gonna pretend like I'm holding on to a chair. So pick up the right leg. Heel kick right. Pick up the right leg and float the foot to the ground. Good. That's the way to do it. Weight shift to the right. You can pull the chairs in if you need to. That's why we have them there. So make sure you keep a bend in your right knee because you're strengthening your leg, right? Pick up the left leg. Heel kick left. Pick up the left leg. Float the foot to the ground. This is a great balance exercise, right? Weight shift left, pick up the right leg, heel kick right, pick up the right leg, float the foot to the ground. One more time, pick up the left leg, heel kick left, pick up the left leg, float the foot to the ground, weight shift to the left, pick up the right leg, heel kick right, pick up the right leg, and float the foot to the ground. You asked about balance exercise. That's one of the best balance exercises you can do right there. And what you want to do is you first start out holding that chair. So when you do the heel kick, you do it like this. And when you first start out, you kind of hold onto the chair pretty hard. And then you kind of just have your hand on the chair. And then maybe you have a finger on the chair. And then you work to stay off the chair. You have to be like Linus and drop the blanket, right? But that's what you're working towards. So, and then when you have your legs strong enough that you can stand on one leg. So when I can stand like this, one leg, now I can turn and safely do turns. Okay? And your chances of falling go way, way down when you do that. And your confidence starts building. But it's all about getting your legs strong enough to stand on one leg. All right. It's hard to do. It's hard to do, but that's what you want to work on. And you first do it because when you stand and you hold onto the chair and you lift the leg, I'm learning balance. My brain is learning balance. My brain is actually rewired learning balance. All right. But think of if I don't have a chair and I just stand there and do this, I'm not learning any balance, right? Because I barely have all my weight on one leg. If I hold onto the chair and lift the leg, then I'm learning balance. Exactly. Now you're learning balance. And so you can use this to your advantage when you're standing at home. It's like, let's say you're microwaving a coffee for 1 minute. I don't know. I don't drink coffee. But let's say you're microwaving your coffee for a minute and you're standing there for 1 minute while you're microwaving your coffee. Why stand there? Spend 30 seconds trying to balance on one leg and then spend the other 30 seconds trying to balance on the other leg. If you do that every day, you'll be amazed at how much stronger you will feel in a month from now. Okay? So, and you got a timer right there on your microwave. That'll count everything down for you, all right? So keep your knee bent. It's hard to tell in your slacks. So keep your left knee bent at this point. It is, okay. It's kind of hard to tell in those slacks. So, but yeah, you keep the knee bent. So there you go. So now you're exercising. There you go. There you go. So you're lifting the knee up, right? I need to do it on this side a little bit. So you lift that knee up like this, then kick out, then lift the knee up, and then float the foot to the ground. All the time, This knee is bent. So I'm strengthening this leg. When I lock the knee out, I'm not strengthening the leg anymore. So lift the knee up. There you go. There you go. So um, you don't have to lift the knee and kick if you don't want to, but you want to, I'm going to keep working this side. You want to lift the knee as high as you're able to. And even if you have to kick low, I need my chair, and then lift the knee and come back to center. But this lifting of the knee is very important to us, especially for everybody with Parkinson's disease, because you stand up walking and not lifting your knee at all. And you're doing exactly the right thing with your hand. Good job. Because you're like, okay, I'm going to have my hand there in case I need my chair. So keep working on the knee. There you go. And as you kick out, you change that center of gravity. And so your body has to change a little bit with it, right? But you're doing the right thing with the hands. You guys are doing great. Okay, so there's an exercise you can practice at home and practice your balance at home. Okay? Any, pardon? Yeah, exactly. Well, you can do it with it. You can drink green tea and do the very same thing. But don't just, when you stand there, don't stand there like this when you're waiting for something. Stand there like this. Get those legs stronger. Keep working on those legs. Stand in line at the grocery store. Keep your legs strong. Stand like this. Don't stand like this, or don't lean on something. Okay? All right. Bow stance, stepping out empty, hands loosely gripped at the belt line. We weight shift to the right. We step out empty, left foot. So no weight on the left foot, plenty of space between the feet. Shift weight to the left. 70% of the weight goes left. Punch out the right fist. Keep your feet where they're at. Shift the weight back and come back to center. Beautiful. Now, I'll give you a little hint here. So the next one, I'm stepping out with my right foot. I can just step straight out with my right foot empty. That's fine. It's perfectly fine to do. Or I can bring my right foot in by my left foot and bring it back out so it moves in kind of a U shape. That's going to take a little bit more balance to do. You can do that also, okay? What you want to make sure is you don't sit your right foot down here. I have a narrow base right now. So when I go into the bow stance, I kind of have to fight my balance a little bit. Here, boom, I don't have to fight my balance. I'm real stable, right? All right. So, Wuji position. We're going to take the watch away from you, Pat. Weight shift to the right, to the left, sorry. Weight shift to the left. Step out empty right and bow stance. Good, that looks really good. Weight shifts back, don't move the feet, and back to center. Beautiful. Now, if you were in the bow stance and you were kind of fighting the balance a little bit, pull the front foot back, widen the front foot out a little bit, and that should stabilize you, okay? So weight shift to the right, step out empty left foot, weight shift left, punch out right fist, feel real stable. Weight shift back, don't move the feet, come back to center. Good job. Weight shift left, step out empty right. Weight shift right, punch out left fist. Shift the weight back, don't move the feet, and come back to center. I could tell you were wanting to move your feet. All right, one more time. Weight shift right, step out empty left. Weight shift left, punch out right fist. Fist should feel nice and stable. So if you're not feeling stable, widen your stance a little bit. I can tell you're fighting your balance. So there you go. Should feel a little bit more better. A little bit more better. Shift the weight back. Come back to center. I can tell I'm getting tired. Weight shift left, step out empty right, and bow stance. Weight shifts back, don't move the feet, and come back to center. Beautiful. Shake those legs loose. Good job. Good job. So I made fun of your watch, and I didn't. There's only 3 of us here, so you know I'm ultimate. No, don't need to be sorry. um, but it brings, so there was a study done up in Seattle, I believe it was last year, it was during COVID. So your balance, or the balance for a person without Parkinson's disease, rides in the intersection of your brain. Okay. So you don't even think about your balance. You didn't even think about your balance, but now you have Parkinson's disease and you have to really think about your balance now, right? And it's a little frustrating to think about your balance. But it's the way that it is. Well, in Seattle, they figured out why. Because what the balance that is in the center of your brain when you have Parkinson's disease, it comes out into the frontal lobe of your brain. It no longer resides inside your brain. So the frontal lobe of your brain is where you make your executive decisions. And that's like, how am I going to, like, um, navigating your way. Like if I tell you you have to go to South County, you have to think about how you're going to get there. That's administrative function. If I say, hey, let's go out to lunch, where do you want to go? That's an administrative function of your brain thinking, where do I want to go to lunch? Um, so when you look at things like your watch, you're actually compromising your balance. Okay. And so this is something you have to be very cognizant of as a person with Parkinson's disease. It's like a computer. When you open up too many windows in a computer and the computer starts to get really slow or it starts to act really weird, the same thing happens to your brain because your balance functions are in the administrative section and you're trying to think of where I want to go or who's texting me this or whatever. That's an administrative function. And you start to slow down the brain, or you start to think about what you're watching instead of your balance. And I can tell you, remember Nancy? Okay. She got an Apple Watch and I had to have her take off her Apple Watch. Her husband and I both worked on it because he saw the same thing I was. Every time she looked at her watch, her balance would get worse. And she had her walker and she would look at her watch. She'd get like a text during class and she'd go down and look at it. And as soon as she did, she had to grab onto her walker. Where if she didn't look at her watch, she was fine. But as soon as she started to look at her watch, she had to use something for balance. Okay? Now, you're not Nancy, you're your own person, but you want to be careful with that. When you look at your watch, make sure that you're what you want to do. I wouldn't recommend doing it during a Tai Chi class, especially when you're doing a balance exercise. And it doesn't offend me. I could care less. I mean, if that's the worst thing that happens to me all week, I'm having a good week, right? But it could ruin your week, and I don't want that to happen, and that would ruin my week. Okay? So, but it's interesting when you start thinking about things like that. It's like if I'm doing an administrative function, I can't be doing balance at the same time. So maybe I go over to a wall, and now I do it. Now I look at my watch, or I think about, or somebody wants me to go somewhere. I sit down, or I hold on to a wall, and then I think about what I need to do, so I don't have to worry about my balance at the same time. Okay. So it may not happen to you now. It may be a year from now, but it's going to happen at some point, and you want to be cognizant of it. Okay? All right. Ankle exercises. Weight shift. Am I boring you? I'm sorry. Okay. You seem like you're a little tired. So tiredness is also comes out. You start using bad body mechanics. This is one of my biggest things. When I'm tired, I lose balance. And you ought to see me at night, like when I've overdone it during the day, or I went to a baseball game. And I always stay all the way to the end of a baseball game, good or bad. I stay till the end of the baseball game, as the way I was raised or whatever. I just went to a baseball game about a month ago, and at the top of the sixth inning, I was like, "Honey, we have to go." I said, the noise and everything was just like overwhelming me. And I barely made it back to my car. And she was like, my wife has said, we need to leave earlier next time. But it's that when you're tired, you don't use good body mechanics. So you be careful when you leave here. Are you doing any errands between now and then? You going right home? Okay. You're a Russian class? Okay. Well, see, we're a Tai Chi class. We go slow. When you're a rushing class, you rush everywhere you go. All right. So just be careful when you leave here. Make sure that you take, make sure you have a wall close to you or something like that. When you're tired like that, when you don't sleep well, and that happens to all people with Parkinson's, take care of yourself. Okay? Take that time to rest. All right. Weight shift to the right, left foot. Touch heel and toe. I'm balancing all the weight on the right heel and toe. Heel, toe. Try to not move the lower leg. Heel, flex the ankle, toe. There you go. Heel, toe. One more time. Heel and toe. Weight shift to the left. All the weight's left. Right foot, heel and toe. There you go. Heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. One more time. Heel and toe. And return to center. Second ankle exercise. Weight shift right, left foot. Touch little toe, big toe. Outside, inside, little toe, and big toe. Good job. Come back to center. Excuse me, weight shift left. Sorry about that. Right foot, little toe, big toe. Outside, inside, little toe, and big toe. And return to center. Beautiful. So let's go through that's all we have time for is the first chapter. Maybe I was probably chatting too much, but we covered a lot of good things. So one other balance exercise you can use, really good for the legs, all right? So we start in the Wuji position. We weight shift to the left. Keep a bend in that left knee. Keep the body straight. Right foot cat stance. And again, use your chair kind of if you need to. Tap the right foot in front, empty. Uh-huh. Cat stance, yeah. Well, you wanted balance. Right foot to the side. This is a really good balance exercise. Cat stance. Good answer. Right foot behind us. And cat stance. Back to Wuji. I've had people tell me when they first did this exercise, it's like, I hated this exercise. And then they kept doing it and they kept getting stronger and they were like, that's one of my favorite exercises now. I've had several students tell me that. So, not you apparently, but weight shift right, left foot, cat stance. And it doesn't do that anymore, does it? Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes we don't like things that are good for us. Tap the left foot to the side, bend in the right knee, all the weight's on the right. Cat stance. And left foot behind us. See, but we're only going to do one chapter today. And cat stance. And back to Wuji. You need to be careful. You're tired. So you need to be. Yep. Yeah. So, if you need to sit before you go home, you're welcome to sit. You can sit here. Pardon me? Okay. Or you can sit in our lobby if you want to also. Okay. So 3 cool down exercises, lightly punch, lap the legs. We work the legs a lot. So, but balance is important, right? Next, tighten up all the muscles in the body. Keep your heels on the ground if you need to. Relax. Now, you need to keep your heels on the ground today. Tighten up all the muscles in the body. Relax. And one more time, tighten up the muscles. And relax. And gather chi. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keep Looking straight ahead, inhale and exhale. We are not here next week. Have a good week off, or pick up a Tai Chi class that I did online. APDA website has all kinds of them. All right? Good job. Be careful going home, please. Rest if you need to for a couple minutes. Good seeing all of you. My nephew's up in Baltimore.